Welcome everybody to Let's Be Buds. We were having a special edition and things went sideways, but that's okay. We're going to be lining that up in the very near future. Welcome, Green Goddess, and special guests so far. We've made it a wide open session tonight. Crimson Grows, Spartan Grown. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm just going to throw another invitation into chat. Welcome, Tyler. G-Bay, he was trying to get in earlier, having a little trouble there, but hopefully he'll be able to take another run at it. Rogue Farms, Abolish Pharmacology. Welcome. I want to, it's just only because it's on my mind, Spartan. I wanted to ask you a quick question about RSO. Finally, I got my new lid for my machine. Got it
nice.
Up. Yeah. And I was able to acquire some 96% alcohol from my neighboring province here. It just arrived today, so I'm starting my.
Wonderful.
Was that what?
I said that's wonderful. I wish I could get it shipped to me.
Yeah. I was quite pleased about that. I mean, it's not cheap, but what is these days? But so
how much did you get? How much did you get? Like a gallon?
A gallon or
What was a gallon? What was a gallon cost? Just out of curiosity. You don't got to convert it. Just tell me Canadian dollars. That's fine.
Okay, I think it was around $180.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
You're paying a lot for it.
I know. Well, if it's any consolation, that included free shipping.
Well, I can drive to get it, but when I drive to get it, I pay around $70 a gallon.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that's over twice as much, and who cares about the conversion? It's still ridiculous. It's absolutely insane.
It's like the CO2 prices. That's crazy up there. What was your question? Sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for reminding me about that. I pay $70 for a 20-pound tank of CO2. It's just
so my buddy Baked Pone, he just filled a 50-pound and a 20-pound. He just sent me the thing because he was like all stoked about it. I gotta believe. What did you say you pay?
$70 for a 20 for the small one.
Okay, so for him to fill a 50-pound and a 20-pound tank together, the total bill was $38.
Oh my God. It's hard to justify. Oh, G-Bay made it in. There we are. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Okay.
I think I get to see G-Bay on video finally now, right?
We can start now. We can start, G-Bay. Thanks. Okay.
Well, before Dan's in chat too, so we can definitely start.
Yeah. Okay. Thunder Dan finally. Yeah. Good. Kingfisher, welcome. Miranda, South Nelson Farms, Dr. Libellone. It's wonderful to see everybody. And okay, so I want to just got to keep a little bit of
Thunder Dan.
Okay, no, that's okay. We'll leave that. My question. Oh, go ahead.
Ty's gonna probably pop in. He said.
Cool. Wonderful. We can get it's a good news, bad news thing about StreamYard is we can get up to 10 people in at a time, but we can't go over 10. So let's shoot for 10 tonight. While it's on my mind, Spartan, the question is, I'm just curious. I mean, the good news is hopefully that's going to be a one-time payment of $180 or $190 because I'm gonna be getting the alcohol.
You're not going to get it all back.
No.
Eventually, you'll be buying it again, but yeah.
Yeah. In fairness, what would, how much, like say out of a gallon, how much would I lose, or say on a percentage basis?
Like growing, that the question you just asked me would be like, if I were to ask you in growing, hey, if I pop this seed, how much am I going to get off of it?
Yeah.
And there's many factors there. So it depends on your process. It depends on how much material and what it is and how broken down it is. I find that leaf material tends to soak up more alcohol and it's harder to like squeeze it out at the end than like bud material, for example.
Yeah.
And but for me, I don't know. I'm not super scientific about it or careful about it when it comes to these things. I'm not trying to save every last drop. So I'm going through alcohol fairly quickly, in my opinion. But I probably go through a gallon to where I have to go buy more again in probably a couple months' time.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got you now, Uncle Rick. You invite Spartan to these things so that you have your own fucking 2-hour window to ask him questions.
No. But just one more question. Just one more. And that's it. Okay, here we go. I'm curious. Okay, if like this alcohol that I just acquired is 96%. Now, I'm just curious. Like once I've run it through the system and I've got the alcohol back again, would that alcohol still be at 96, or would it be 97 or 95, or what would happen there?
So technically speaking, I'm going to speak in proofs instead of percentages because it's just what I know. But I believe 190 proof is 95%.
Yeah.
So 96% might be approaching 200. But what I do know as far as proofs go, because I used to seek 200 proof rather than 190, and it was more expensive. But I was told by who was telling me? I don't remember who was telling me. It was somebody that I trust, obviously. That when you take 200 proof alcohol, in most situations, if you have a normal humidity in your air, as soon as you crack that cap and start pouring it through that air, it becomes 190. It absorbs that alcohol. Or not alcohol, it absorbs some of that moisture. And it becomes 190 anyway. So you're wasting money by getting a higher. So I've just always used 190.
Yeah.
And don't worry about it but I have tried to even use lesser proof alcohols. I've tried using 151 alcohol, and it just doesn't. There's so much water left in the alcohol that it doesn't. The process at the end when you're trying to boil off everything, it stays way too viscous too long. It takes forever to get because the alcohol you got to the water has a higher boiling point than alcohol does, so you have to bring it hotter to get rid of the alcohol, to get rid of the water out of it. So I believe that it purifies it to like close to 200 proof would be my guess in your collection vessel. But as soon as you crack that lid, you're back to 95%.
Okay.
95% or 190.
Okay. Okay. I just got one more question. No.
I got time, man. I got time.
Well, truthfully, I do. I think I have two more questions while you were talking there, but they both escaped me. But I'm going to make a note. But while I'm thinking about that,
I fucking knew it. I'm kidding.
Chive, welcome, buddy. Love your hat.
Yeah.
By the way,
Stop the bullying.
Goddess,
Beautiful.
Why don't you share with all of us what today is and what we're doing to bring out the pink and represent what's going on here.
Totally.
You talk, I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna pull up my little thing here. So today is called Pink Shirt Day. So it's basically just to recognize, bullying in school and things like that. So that's how it started. And I'll just kind of read this little thing. So it began in 2007 when two students took a stand against homophobic bullying after a student was harassed and threatened for wearing pink. So these students bought dozens of pink shirts and they went back to their school the following day and handed them out, and everybody fucking wore pink shirts. And so it became, an awareness that, everybody's different, man. You can wear whatever you want. You can look however you want. You can be whoever the fuck you want.
Here. Here. Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
So yeah, that's awesome, guys, for trying to wear pink today. This is pink, although my camera sucks, so it looks white.
Yeah, this shirt doesn't look as pink as it does on the camera, so I'm not bitching. Or over here, there we go.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
looks way
there it
pink
is.
on the camera.
It looks really pink. That's perfect.
There's my pink. There's my pink.
Yeah.
So, G-Bay, I'm curious about now. From what I understand, you've started a pheno hunt for the Scarlet Begonias strain, and gee whiz, all the folks from Caribou got a name on each one of the phenotypes. Tell us about that.
Well, it was just me and too many
On the
grams
pink
were
shirt.
all lit up the other day just shooting the shit. I was talking about how I was already behind the ball starting this run it was kind of like a gift swap between me and Caribou. I wanted Tamiri genetics. He didn't have time to run these. He's like, well, here you go. Do your thing. Send some back. We'll call it even. I said, awesome. I'll do that. No problem. And then, too many grams was like, why don't you name him after the Caribou crew? I said, well, there's more people on the crew than there is plants. So I'm just, so some people didn't make it Drizzed or Gigi didn't make it there. So I'm sorry about that. Next run. But it's kind of funny because now I have them numbered, but they also are going to have a little personality. You're the stinkiest one, Rick.
Okay. Okay.
Of course he
Yeah.
is.
You got a little bit of a mutation going on, so you're the one to watch.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Crimson Grows, who do we have here?
It's my son Zach, and no, this wasn't planned.
He is fucking adorable. Oh, I just
He can't
swore.
hear anyone. He can't hear you.
Okay.
Very selective hearing.
He's
I'm
just
like,
looking.
damn, I
He's
haven't had
watching.
little kids in forever. The language.
No, I got my earbud in.
Yeah. You're a
Yeah,
sweetheart.
you made a post with him earlier, and he's so
Oh, it's Bubbles?
adorable.
Yeah, that was by his mom.
Yeah, that was
Hi,
so
Ma.
cute. Oh,
You can't see mom right now. She's not there. No, she's at home.
home.
Who's your mummy? Who's your mummy?
Uncle Rick just fucking with his head.
Getting goobers all over the mic.
Don't play with the microphone.
Uncle Rick, we can't hear a thing you say. Are you talking to me? Are you asking me who my mom is?
All right, go ahead.
Kingfisher, welcome to the
Hey.
show, buddy. How are you? Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah.
Good to
I
see you,
think
man.
you
I always
used the
see you in
wrong
chat, but I don't
parent
get to
name.
see you, so it's cool to see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, this shirt didn't dry in time, by the way.
Oh, that's okay. You're awesome for just hanging it on you.
Gee whiz, my Ito question hasn't come. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. Here it comes. Yeah. So when Spartan, when you after you've reduced the material and you've removed the alcohol, what you've been doing in the past is like you reduce it to about 99%, then you'll take it out and put it into a smaller vessel and to finish off the last bit of water.
Usually mason jar. I like to stay in glass.
Uh-huh. So the stained mason jar.
Well, I usually use just a wide mouth is my biggest thing, and so that I can get my hand in it.
Yep.
And I like to finish it on there to the final consistency that I like, and then while it's still warm, I'll turn the heat off, but let it cool down a little bit. But while it's still warm, that's when I like to fill the syringes because it's way easier to deal with when it's still warm. It's really viscous.
Yeah.
So what I do is I just eyeball it by how many bubbles are being formed. I want the bubbling to stop, the bubbling action to stop. So that's how I determine how close I am, is by the action of the bubbling. If I see a lot of bubbling, it still needs to boil down more. If the bubble action is next to nothing or slowing down enough for me, I'll go ahead and stop it, let it sit for a little while, and then just start filling syringes.
And the bubbling is the alcohol
Right.
running
I'm hoping.
coming
I'm
out.
hoping it's just the alcohol and nothing else. But yes, it's in theory, it's the alcohol that's bubbling off.
And to some degree, any water.
Water, if you're getting the temperature high enough. I use the same gun that I use, the infrared laser gun, to check leaf surface temperatures. I use that same gun. I walk it in there and check the temperature of my actual oil. I'll pull
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
that's another reason I like those wide mason jars, because I can pull it off the heat and I can shoot it right into the oil and get an idea what the temperature is, and try to keep it, you know, or you just Google the boiling point of alcohol and try to keep it below that temperature, right at that temperature and not much higher, because you know what I mean? You don't want to boil off any other terpene or flavonoid or whatever thing else you've captured, any other chemical you might have captured in there. You might be, well, for example, THC could be decarbed at, 240 degrees.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm just trying to get the thing up to the temperature it has to be to boil alcohol, and then eyeball the bubbles in the liquid. Now, don't just look at the thing sitting there, agitate it, because the stuff's so thick, bubbles can actually not be able to get up to the surface. Sometimes they struggle getting up. So if you can agitate it, that helps the process along way faster and better.
Okay.
Especially if you have like one of those magnetic stirrers. I think that's my new upgrade. I'm going to buy one of those heated magnetic stirrers. You can set the temperature, and then it can just stir the entire time.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a
Yeah,
great
my
idea.
friend has that. It's really cool. Yeah. It's cool just watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, you can sit there and smoke and watch that thing for fucking 3
Totally.
months.
Yeah, it's super cool watching it.
Hey, Dog Doctor. Good to see you, buddy. Why don't you jump in here, man?
It might
DP.
be almost
Bees.
The only other thing, Rick, is make sure you get a big mason jar or a decent sized tall one, because when this stuff starts boiling up, if you're going to walk away from it, you might get a head on it, that boils over. So if you're not stirring or agitating it. So that's another reason, is like I'll use, this much in the bottom of a mason jar this tall, so that wouldn't happen. So it doesn't get that tall and come out. Don't fill your jars all the way to the top and then put them on heat, because it's going to boil over and make a fucking mess.
And what do you use for a heat source?
I'm just using a they're made for keeping coffee warm, but you just the size for just one cup, like you plug it in by your computer or something.
Yeah.
So I think they're just called coffee cup warmer. I don't know what else to call that.
Yeah, I know what you're referring to. I've been using, but now you've made me think a little bit more about the size of it all. But I've been using a let's call it a mini crock pot, because it's you've got a standard crock pot, and this one here would only be about maybe 4 inches in diameter.
That one.
That's the one?
No, I'm saying I have one of those. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can fit a full-size mason jar inside there. I'm just using a little silicone, it looks like, I know exactly. It was a muffin pan, and I just cut out one of the squares from the...
That'll work too. I mean, silicone will work too. I'm a stickler for fucking, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's old school, but I just like glass. I want my shit to be in glass.
Yeah.
So, and mason jars are, I mean, you can get them. I'm maybe not in Canada, but I can go to almost any grocery store and get mason jars.
Oh yeah, they're pretty common here too. Yeah.
But you could use silicone. That works just fine too, man.
I was really having trouble, and I think it was I started with a poor quality of alcohol. And as a result, like you were talking about the 151, Buddy made me some moonshine, and he claimed it was 95%, but I had real serious problems with the liquid, which I'm assuming obviously is water, and then when I had everything in my I thought I was ready to start using pulling it out with a syringe. I was looking at it and it looked like oil, but I realized after I started pressing it out that it was half of it was water. So so obviously I didn't
So
reduce it.
it just didn't finish. It didn't reduce enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
So did you put it into that warmer and then finish it that way after that, and it was fine, or
I ended up
what happened?
well, whatever I had in that little dish, I ended up pulling it out in syringes.
Okay.
I had about 15 syringes, and then I used my capsules because I really have trouble with the taste. I used my capsule. I would fill up the capsules
Oh
from
man, did it melt the capsule?
Well, no, that was the first time. I wiped out a bunch of capsules the first time, but no. I let it cool down, and then, mind you, it was harder to squeeze, but that's how I was able to fill my capsules. But then when I would go to squeeze what I thought was all oil, in many cases, half of the syringe was like a muddy brown water. So didn't work out very well.
Yeah, it could have been just water left in there, or it's still alcohol. What I would do is just squeeze all those, get you a little dish or whatever, squeeze them all into it, put them under a heat source, boil it off, finish it off. It's still good medicine and nothing to worry about. And then just suck it back up into syringes and you're good to go.
Yeah.
It might take some time. If it's water, it's going to take some time. Believe me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say too. I normally like put my RSO on chocolate, but I've been doing this new thing, and I'm literally putting it directly on my tongue, and it doesn't like stick as long as you just like put it on and then have a drink right there and swallow.
Some cold or hot.
Yeah, like don't waste the money on the capsules, man. Just fucking. You can't taste it. Just don't breathe through your nose until you're done.
The one big advantage of capsules, though, is if once you find what your dose is, you can dose out 100 capsules and have them ready whenever, and it's real easy. You know what I mean?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
I just always thought in my head that like if I put it directly in, it would get all like gummy and shit, but it doesn't. Just if anybody's.
Have you tried drinking hot beverage of any kind? It could be anything, coffee or anything right after you take RSO?
I have actually. Yep.
Has it made a difference for you?
So that's what I'm playing around with right now because, like, no joke, I did like 3/4 of a gram 2 nights ago and was high as fuck. And then I did the same
3/4 of a gram.
Yeah, but no, I'm up to like 2 grams and it wasn't doing anything.
Oh, well, there's something else going on then.
Yeah, so it is a lot. But like I think I don't know what's going on, but
you're going too far. You're pushing the other way. Back it up. Back it down to like
that's what I did. I backed it up to 1/2 gram. I did exactly that.
Damn, awesome. Okay.
And then I was like, okay, it's not really doing as much as I want it to do. So I went up to the 3/4. Like I said, I was like, really, I got a buzz. Like I was like, whoa, that's just from like not doing that full amount.
That's
like
kind of my daily dose. I'm up to like 0.6 grams and I really want to keep pushing it more, but I'm stopping myself.
Yes. And I agree with you there but then the next night I did the same dose and I didn't feel anything.
And nothing, there's no other changes or like food in your stomach, not in your stomach, nothing.
Not really. I do the same thing every day. So I can't, but that's why like I'm going to start writing down everything.
Yeah.
Because clearly I'm doing something different on those days.
I know the trick of the hot beverage usually works. Like if you're having problems, at least it'll like speed up the effect and it usually intensifies it. Just having something hot. I don't know what, maybe it helps the metabolism or something. I don't know. Or helps break down the oil so that it's like more surface area and it can absorb more of the, I don't know, medicine.
Right.
Okay. I just know like for instance, Stoney Rockefeller, you know, we all know Stoney, shout out to him, but I give him my RSO, and he said, well, I'll take it, but edibles don't even work for me.
Yeah.
So he ended up taking, I think, half of a thing, and he felt it a little bit, but it wasn't like crazy, but it was kind of a deal because he normally didn't feel anything. Then he ended up taking the other half of it, and then ended up drinking like I think he said it was coffee, and it floored him. Like he was down for 12 hours or something.
Yeah.
So I think if he tries that even with edibles, it probably will help him.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, he was screwed. He told me after he took that. That's so funny. I told him not to take the whole gram. He said that. He's like, should I take the whole gram? I'm like, I wouldn't take the whole gram.
So the weird thing for me, and that what made me say that to you, was that you kind of pushed over, was when I settled on my dose was being a half a gram. One time I just, every once in a while you like to see what your limits are.
Yeah.
And so I took a gram to see if my dose is a half a gram, what's double my dose?
Yeah.
And I didn't get any higher. I got the same amount of high. It just lasted for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what was the key to me, my own body telling me, look, dumbass, you can eat twice as much and you're not going to get any higher. So that's why I kind of avoid going up unless it's like I'm taking it and nothing's happening. Then I try to figure something. And then I try other things is like, so if RSO stop working and I haven't been smoking flower, I'll pick up more flower. I'll smoke more of my flower. But then say, I'm not sleeping or the high's not working, and I've been smoking flower and RSO and it's still not working. Then I'll stop on the flower and I'll buy a gram of dabs of some kind of rosin or something like that. And I'll smoke on that for a week or whatever it takes me to get through it. And then go back to flower again. And it seems to be work. So it's like, or edibles is another thing. I'll stop smoking. Like if my lungs feel like I'm getting like raspy or something in my lungs, I'll stop smoking flower completely for 2-3 weeks sometimes. And just, have some concentrate and my RSO and edibles. But there's always other options, other ways of consumption. And that's how I try to do it. It's like, okay, I don't want to suffer through a tea break, but there's other options. So I always try that too. Is just try other consumption methods.
Totally. And I've been fooling around with CBN and CBG gummies, and they actually are really nice. They just didn't work for sleeping. Like they did relax me, and they actually the CBN were really good for like pain. I was having back pain and it took it completely away. But yeah.
Well, that's powerful information though. That's good information. So you know that.
Totally.
That's awesome. Here in the States, and I'm sure it's the same up there, a good way to experiment with that kind of thing is I like ordering hemp from producers that are tested and legitimate producers. Know your source, obviously, but you can look up the test and target a specific cannabinoid, like what you're saying, CBN or CBD, or CBD is going to be in all the hemp, CBG, any of these things. And you just find the cultivars that have the most of what you're looking for. I've done this and order some because they can produce it way cheaper than even I can produce it at a home scale for sure at their scale. So, I mean, they're even selling, you can even buy trim. You can buy trim. Like the place I'm talking about is called Happy Buds online with a Z, Buds with a Z. But anyways, they sell their trim if you want to, or you can buy straight bud from them. And then I'll just do a run of just that and make RSO out of just that. And then I have a high CBD / whatever other thing that I picked. CBN, we'll say.
So are you then mixing that in with your RSOs in order to have a mixed spectrum RSO?
So if I'm trying to do a full spectrum, like say I'm making something for somebody who's ill, like cancer patient, we're talking serious things, I like to throw it into the product together and then make the RSO so it combines that way. So to answer your question, I don't mix the oils together usually when I have them separately. I can make a capsule of each and take them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't mix the oils that way. But the reason I keep the CBD oil separate from the THC oil is the CBD oil is also my, oh shit, I'm too high, I need to come down. So I want to keep that separate so I have something with very low THC in it.
Yeah.
So sorry to interrupt, but Blue Kiss, it's a 1 gram syringe. But maybe Spartan can explain, like, yes, there's a, like, it's a 1 gram syringe, but it still is a certain amount of mils. So they're having trouble figuring out why you're saying it's so many mils, but yet it's a gram. So I don't know if you want to
Okay.
explain that.
I can explain because I know exactly what I've sent her. I sent her some of mine, so I know exactly what she's talking about. What syringe?
Yeah.
So the syringes that you have, Lucas, are 1 gram total syringe. The entire syringe is 1 gram. It's actually graduated on the side, little lines, and it's marked from, I think, 0 to 1. So there's like 0.1, 0.2, all the way to 1. So it's surprisingly that 1 gram is equal to the, like, if I squeeze that whole 1 gram out of that tube, that 1 milligram or whatever it is, it also weighs 1 gram. So technically speaking, half of that tube would be half a gram. So you can eyeball it to get the weight estimates if you'd like to, but I would still recommend just getting you a scale. I mean, and I know you grow weed, you've got a scale. You can just, put a piece of parchment down, wax paper, and then on your scale, and then just tear it out and then squeeze a little bit onto it until you get to the weight that you want. And then you can eat it. It's the easiest way is weighing it, really. You can, I mean, I got to the point because I've done it. I've eaten it every day that I do eyeball it, but.
So this one here is
the one you got. That's very similar to the one. That actually looks a lot like, it might be the exact same one I use.
This one here is 1 milliliter. 1 milliliter. So are you saying that that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 gram?
Yeah, fill one of those up one time. Fill one of those up one time and do what I just said. Get a scale and throw some wax paper down on it, and then squeeze all that onto that wax paper and weigh it. But it should be 1 gram. I've done it, and it was.
I've done it as well. Yeah, I used to fill our syringes. It is a gram, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's certain densities of certain liquids, right? Like, but
if you're not doing it at the consistency that it should be, then you're gonna have a variation for sure.
Like water. I think that's what they base it off is water is the 1 mil equals 1 gram kind of conversion. But I can't see RSO being too different in the density weight scale, especially down to 1 mil. If you're talking like a barrel load, you might be off a pound or something.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Because Fluffykins was reminding me that there. I just want to point out that, not everything has the same weight density, I guess so. But
that's true.
Be damn close. You'd be off by a bit.
Yeah, I have 2 different syringes that I use. 90% of the syringes that people will see me out in the wild with are the ones that Uncle Rick was just showing off. But the ones I use for myself are 5 gram ones.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because this would be gone in a day, or this would be gone in a day or two. Last me a few days.
Yeah. Excuse me, Goddess. Somebody else wants in, and
I know I can't see it on my screen to let them in.
Why would that be? That's the same with me. They're right there. I can't see who it is.
I know. I can't. Here, hold on. I can't fucking get it either. What the hell?
Well, that is weird.
Okay, hold on. Let me minimize. There we go.
Hey.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay, so you minimized and
I had to minimize my whole screen to scroll. But I just noticed if you look beside all the people's pictures, like in the waiting room, there's a little scroll thing.
A little scroll thing.
Right on the side. Yep.
Okay, so just as I
loyalty.
Yeah. Just as I went on okay, I figured it out. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So welcome Biblical.
Biblically, this is the YouTube channel owner of Biblical Christological Account 40 Win. I just have a message for Rick. So I'll let you know when I'm finished, Rick. Biblically, our Christological God, meta-onto-theologically, is ethereally ultimate, omnibenevolent, and rectitude.
Excuse me.
Ergo,
Excuse me. There's a couple of things we don't share on this channel, and one of them is religion. So I'm going to have to ask you to refrain, my friend. I'm sorry about that. But if you want,
biblically, the proper noun God supersedes the noun religion.
okay.
It's just gonna keep going.
Thank
Yeah.
you for dropping by. Thanks for
Thank
dropping
you.
by. Yeah. There we
Maybe
go.
that's why they're half hidden.
That was perfect for an after joint.
That
thing.
was
just
very
enough for
weird.
a pucker. I like that.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior cannabis?
The anything goes show.
He's trying to convert all us hooligan cannabis
Oh, he's got
lovers.
some work ahead
I
of him.
saw it coming as soon as I saw the profile picture. I was like, "Here it comes."
I
That's
saw
so
the
crazy.
name,
I
but
was
like,
like, "We're about to get preached at."
That's so crazy.
so
you
many
said
people
that,
have
Crimson,
different
because
names.
I said
Dad
almost
barking
those
up the wrong
exact
tree or
words
what?
today. I said that to somebody. I was like, "Have you heard of our Lord and Savior?" But I said Mary Jane.
Oh my god, that was
That's
so
weird.
cool.
It kinda raised the hairs on my neck when you said it. I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy."
You just fucking let anybody in here. Don't
What's
we, Uncle Rick?
Adult word though. I was having trouble
Hey,
keeping
that's
up.
my
with
line. Okay. Okay.
That's so.
That was fucking awesome.
it. We get to go back and watch that,
We
right?
have to clip that out and have that as a highlight of.
We should have just all lit up and let him go, and then blow smoke at him.
We should, yeah,
All
we
right.
totally
Like, right
should.
on, man.
Okay, come on back, buddy. Come on
I've
back.
invited the certain ones that come to your door. I've invited them in. And, you got to keep it under the lines, but you know, have fun.
If you ask once to refrain, I mean, you did everything right.
Right? Oh yeah,
And
you're
then the
very,
next sentence is, "All right, we're going to continue."
very, very.
Yeah. You were way polite, yeah.
We almost
Yeah,
converted him.
you. I mean, that
Not like
the
me.
way you said it was an invitation to stay.
Well,
Yeah,
I-
totally.
I almost found the Lord in that moment. So, okay. So,
The last time I found the Lord, I was smoking on my uncle's Jesus OG. So
Oh my god, that's funny. Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't mean
it was
to do
pretty
that.
good, though.
Yeah, that was a good question. Why was it just for Rick? I am insulted now.
Oh boy.
He has watched you too many
He
times.
knows me.
Where the fuck did he come from?
He knows I'm beyond saving.
Fucking Jehovah's can get you on the internet now? Holy Christ.
That was fucked.
So,
We're not worthy of
so,
their religion.
so
It was just Rick.
back to RSO for a minute. I just got one more question. I promise. Well, maybe two.
Rick,
but-
you can just
That
ask
was like
questions. You don't have to
8
keep saying
questions
that.
ago. Just go.
I don't think you're really fooling anybody.
I'm not bullshitting anybody, am I? Okay, so if this is a gram, okay. Well, no. Let me ask the question in a different fashion. If I was to inject this all onto a parchment paper and weigh it, and if it weighed out at close to a gram,
Right.
then I probably have created the right consistency. If it's lighter, then maybe I should be drawing out more of the liquid. And if it's too heavy, maybe I've gone too far. Or is that a fair?
I would think that if it was too heavy, you'd have more liquid in it, and that would make it heavier. Or no, because the liquid is probably lighter than RSO. So I think what you just said was right. I don't know. I've never considered it.
Yeah. And I think I'm splitting, or I'm over analyzing it anyways. But okay, so if this is a gram, half a gram, okay, so half a gram is
And
half.
so the reason why that's important is for dosing for people with things like cancer, things like that. I try to get them up to where they consume at least a half a gram a day. Now that can be over multiple doses to get you to that half a gram. So that's why in my head, I'm always dosing it out. and I'm always trying to see by weight, because I think that's the easiest universal way to dose it.
No,
I heard so many things
I
about
just
types
want to
of food.
correct you because you just said half a gram a day.
Yeah. Oh, a gram a day.
Thank you. Okay, I
Right.
just didn't want somebody to mistake that.
That's right, a gram a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, totaled up. Yeah, not all in one dose. But
Yes.
you can totally do that. It's totally safe. I've done it myself.
Yeah.
I have done two.
Yeah, I've never done that.
And so I agree with you, Spartan. You were talking earlier about how once you take a certain amount, you can only go so high. I totally agree because I was at half a gram. It wasn't really working. And I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go right up to a gram and see what happens or whatever. And it did work for like about a week or so. And then nothing. So that's when I was just like, fuck it. I'm taking 2 full goddamn grams. And seriously, nothing. I was like,
Oh
okay,
my
I
God.
gotta quit doing RSO for a little while.
Yeah,
But then, like,
that's
I
crazy.
couldn't because I can't sleep, man. So it's like,
So
I'm stuck right now.
okay, so now what I would consider is help your body digest it. So
Yes.
use
Now, I'm wondering, Spartan, I used to take it with chocolate and I'm not anymore. Would that make a difference?
So what I would do is look for like an oil, some kind of oil carrier, and use lecithin
Yeah.
to combine the RSO into the oil. So oil, warm it up, lecithin in it, mixed up really good. That lecithin's a bitch sometimes to get incorporated. If you can get the liquid stuff, it's better.
I think I can, yeah.
I got the powder shit and it's annoying. But anyhow,
Okay.
get that in there mixed in good and then add your RSO and just stir the shit out of it.
Okay.
And then it doesn't have to be a lot of oil either, just enough to try to incorporate the RSO into it.
Yeah.
And then somehow get that into your body.
Yeah. I'm
Either
going to have to.
Make it into a brownie or drink it in coffee or.
That's what I'll probably do. Drink it in like a tea or a coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think the combination of the oil, so the oil will just act as a carrier for like THC and everything from the RSO. It'll help it kind of absorb into the oil. The lecithin will help the oil carry it to your liver.
Yeah.
And be more absorbed. And then hopefully that'll get a better effect. Because 2 grams.
So one thing is they did find a cyst on my liver. And I'm wondering if that maybe is affecting things.
It's possible because if it's, yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's like, I'm just trying to come up with like, why was it working so well? And then all of a sudden, no, it's kind of weird.
I think it's an over blasting of the overexcitement of the cannabinoids. It's like once you get too much, it's like it just shuts down, kind of a thing.
Yeah. Or like I get my RSO from work, obviously, and it's the same. Like it'll be the same strain for probably a month. You know what I mean?
It could be switched.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe I'm just getting used to that particular one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do they use a blend or are they single strain RSOs?
No, they use multiple.
Okay.
So
because that's usually a way to get around that. Like if you use a multiple blend, you usually don't get a tolerance because you're getting hit with
totally. I know. So I don't think that is what it is. It's just like thoughts that I'm thinking, like what the hell else
just
would
trying
it
to
be?
figure it out, right?
Yeah. But I'll try your idea because I have no
I like the idea
ideas.
with the coffee because that's the hot beverage thing on top of it too. So you're hitting it with all of the tricks. So.
Totally. I even tried to take it like way early. Like instead of taking it at 11, I took it at like fucking 10. Like,
have you noticed cannabis at all? Like smoking it or eating it or any other ingested method changed at all the tolerance?
Yeah, I
All the way
am
around,
not getting as high for sure. Yeah, my tolerance level is higher, definitely. I
So
was
it's probably
saying
the
that the other
tolerance,
day.
yeah.
I was smoking like flower, and I smoked like 4 bowls, and I was like, "Why the fuck am I not high? What is going on?"
I gotta switch it up. I gotta go from, like Spartan was saying earlier. I go like a week on flour, then maybe some carts for a week, and then maybe back to flour because I lose that high from the flour, and then all of a sudden I don't do flour for a little while, and then then all of a sudden I'm getting a high from dabs or carts. Then I just go back, which is weird because you're going to a higher THC percentage back down to a lower one, and all of a sudden you're getting the effects again.
Yeah, but there's a huge difference between like 24% flour and an 80% distillate cart. You know what I mean? To me, anyway, I don't get high off those fucking carts, man. It's like I'm smoking shake.
I stay
I get like a little buzz and then it's gone.
I call it an empty high, like a head high.
I don't really use them for getting a buzz off of it. It just kind of keeps me level, and then all of a sudden which holds me off until I'm get away from flour for a little bit, basically detox from flour. And then all of a sudden I start on flour again. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, this feels good. No, that's a good way to do it. Yeah.
And I've heard people say the exact same thing, even dabs. Like they straight up dab all the time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And they don't even fuck with flour because they think it's like, oh, that tastes fucking terrible now. But then they go back to flour after a long time of not fucking with flour. And even though they don't like the flavor as much, they get high as balls off of one fucking joint. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? I've heard a couple people that have too. So I totally think that's a thing. It's like if you like swear off one method and then go back to it, it's going to hit you hard. It's like you have a tolerance for each method.
I don't dab all that often.
I'm high.
So like when I go and visit someone that has a dabber, and I get some dab, like,
you didn't notice.
Then it just wrecks you, right?
Yeah, it wrecks me.
Yeah.
But I smoke a joint. I'll smoke. I don't know. I smoke joints all day long.
Yep.
That's me.
Dude, same way.
I smoke these like a pack, and I could go through like a half a pack of smokes of this. Just joint.
Do you take RSO, Crimson?
I have once.
Yeah.
Because I got it once.
Yeah.
Because RSO around me is like Cali 70% capsule stuff. It's not like the stuff that I got from up north.
Uh-huh.
But the thing I did enjoy about that, I did half gram per dose. I didn't have a lot of pain in my foot. A lot of the inflammation was taken away. But that was $40 for 2 days of relief.
Yeah,
I'm broke.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put my foot in a tub with hot water.
We got a little question here. Does anybody know?
Do you
mothballs?
Cultivar like or terpene smells like mothballs? That's a question you want to ask Jack Greenstock. He knows all the terpenes. I don't know.
I don't know what a mothball smells like, so I can't
remember as a child that they smell terrible.
Yeah, they're almost ammonia, like an ammonia almost.
Yeah.
So like the cat piss almost maybe is what he's talking about.
Well, it's not. They don't smell like cat piss, but they are. They're a strong smell like that for sure. It's like
smells like chloroform.
Smoke this.
Yeah.
So
that's Granny's closet, and that's accurate right there.
Yeah. So I was reminded of my buddy. He had a job when he was a kid working at a drugstore, and one day he was cleaning the windows, and they use ammonia when they clean the windows in those days. And his brother came along, and I don't know how the conversation went, but it ended up with my buddy saying, "Here, smell this." Well, he took a big whiff and knocked him out.
Oh my gosh.
No.
That's like
You gotta know
salt.
this, guys. Sorry.
Like smelling salts.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to know this guy. He has got a weird sense of humor. Another time, I talk about him in the present. Sadly, he passed, but we were tight friends for fucking near 50 years. It was pretty cool. Anyway, he told me a story about another incident where his sister, when they were younger, for some reason, he would encourage her to run underneath the tables, the kitchen table. So I guess obviously she was just short enough to run underneath it. So one day he was looking at her and he thought, God, I think she's growing a bit. And so he said, Louise, why don't you run under the table again? And sure enough, she just smashed her head on the.
Oh my God.
This is his own siblings he's doing this to. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing.
Siblings are fucking mean. So I have 2 older sisters, and it was like, I remember this like it was yesterday. My parents finally let them babysit me for a night. And literally the minute my parents left, they're like, okay, it's time for bed. And it's like 6 o'clock at fucking night. I'm like, I'm not going to bed. So we had this long hallway with like a carpet that ran down it. And they decided to carry me to the bedroom. But my one sister dropped my legs halfway down the hallway. The other sister kept dragging me. I had fucking carpet burn down my fucking body. I was like, my parents never let them babysit again.
You're going to bed whether you like it or not.
Right?
So
You're
another
2 years older than me, you fuck.
Okay, just one more sibling story. I promise, Spartan, just one more. So, anyways, I would guess I was about 12, and my brother was maybe 4, and it was sometime in December. It was sometime in December, and I know exactly why. It was in December because we were supposed to be going out that afternoon to get our Christmas tree. That morning, I got my brother drunk on homemade wine, and so by noon he was pretty much loaded, and then
didn't. You poured it down his throat, or it was? I mean, how did you do it?
No, well, I just watched him. I didn't. I just got him. I just got him loaded, not me.
Encouraged.
Yeah. So, anyways, my dad got home around noon, and okay, let's load up in the car. We're going to get the Christmas tree. And about halfway there, my brother puked red wine all over the back seat. It was so, and of course, I mean, yeah, we had no choice. We had to turn around and go home. I truly
on the way home.
Oh God! But even worse. I swear that I thought that they were going to cancel Christmas on us that year.
Oh man!
Oh geez,
Did you have to drive with the windows down in the winter?
Yeah. Okay. No, I won't. No, I'm not going to share that story. The windows down. No, that's a story.
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
I gotta hop off in about 8 minutes.
Well, before you go, my friend, first of all, thanks so much for dropping by.
Well, I mean, I got time. I'm just saying I gotta hop off in a little bit and do I got my gaming stream tonight.
Yeah, right on. But give us a few shout outs. Where can we find you? Over on Twitch and all that stuff.
My main streaming platform is twitch.tv/Crimson Grows. And then I mean, you can find me on Instagram, official Crimson Grows, Facebook, regular Crimson Grows, YouTube Crimson Grows, but my main is twitch.tv/Crimson Grows.
Yeah.
I do my gaming streams few times a week, and then I do a podcast every Sunday for cannabis chat, like this.
What time is that?
Sundays is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And what is the name on YouTube? You probably said it already, but
I'm not on YouTube. I said I have a YouTube, but I go live on Twitch. Everything's on Twitch.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So if we're gonna follow you or follow your show,
like if you want to see the lives and stuff, it's on Twitch. My gaming, my podcasts, everything. If you want to see after stuff, YouTube. I'll share it like after recording. I'll share it to YouTube or something.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of the way it works here too. But we're live on YouTube right now, aren't we?
Yeah, so yours is already going to save the YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, it doesn't save? You got to unmute yourself first, Green Goddess.
She's playing with us, I think.
No, I totally didn't realize I was on mute. I was gonna. You said we're live, and I said no, we're gonna have to start all over again.
You brat.
Wild J Swift, what's up?
So have you got Dave's not here. Says Twitch is blowing Rick's mind. Yeah, well that's I'm trying to stick my toe in the water over on Discord, and now you're talking Twitch, and I'm going, fuck, man, it's too much.
Except for searching for individual.
You can stream with StreamYard to YouTube and Twitch at the exact same time.
Yeah, you can multi-stream.
We actually are right now on my Twitch channel.
So there you go. You're on Twitch. You didn't even know it, Rick.
Don't multi-stream.
He did know
Rick.
it.
Yeah, but you pay attention to that chat. He's paying attention to his. Don't give him two chats to pay attention to.
Yeah, no.
Like she's streaming on hers, you're streaming on
That's
yours.
another cool thing
All
is
the
that aggregates
chat-
them all together.
Yeah,
Puts
all the
multi-
chats together.
That'd be a challenge to figure that one
That's
out.
cool.
Yeah,
What's up,
it's
Ace?
really
Alex.
Yeah, StreamYard will put
Dave.
both chats together and it'll actually
Which still
denote.
blows
It'll
my
tell you
mind.
which one.
Not on Discord either. Discord. It is easier to learn Twitch than it is Discord. Trust me.
Oh, I was on Discord until I got a different phone and it wanted me to jump through 1,000 hoops to get it back on my other phone, and I said, "Fuck Discord."
I love it. There's so many people on it.
I'm just too busy all the time.
What's up, Closet Girl?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't need
like
one more thing to check at this
sucked
point in
in
my
and
life
there.
either.
sucked into the
Oh
phone
man,
for
I
hours.
love Discord.
Bubonic Chronic. Yeah, Jason,
Yeah,
you gotta like brand your name out. Bubonic Chronic. I'm testing out one of his cards for him right now that he's making, and I'm trying to teach everybody as they try to make a name for themselves, and they got logos and brands. Now you got to start, like, you need to, if you're chatting in somebody's chat, you need to be under that name on every platform. The name's got to stay the same.
I do, in fact, have an Aspire
Ooh.
and a new rig, and it's amazing. And I haven't even touched flower since I started smoking out of this. And this was a gift from a very, very special person.
Right
I
on.
want one.
Now
You can't have this special person. You got to find your own special person.
Oh no!
Now you said
I
you
got
can-
somebody sending me a clone machine. I was like, oh, what?
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah, it's just like an auto spray system. You just put the clones in bare. There's no cage or anything. You just put them in with some rooter gel and stuff, and then it mists it, and then
Ta-da.
ta-da! Once they're ready, you literally don't have anything. You just throw the whole dangly roots right in the dirt.
Yeah.
Very
I made
cool.
one out of just like an old tote, right? And just straight into black and sawed a bunch of holes in the lid, put a couple little holes in the side for my air lines. Yeah. And I was like, oh, here, we'll see. It looks like the ones they sell. You know?
It functions. All that matters is
7 days later, I had 14 rooted clones. I'm like, but hey, look at this thing.
I've been led to believe though that you got to be careful for any of the nutrients that or things that you might be putting in there. It can easily plug up the lines.
Oh yeah. I usually just go plain water, and if they don't take after 7 days or so, I'll put some like an 1/8 strength of nutrients, like some type of watered down powder.
Yeah.
Crap.
I'll just put some the root gel on it, and then put some fish poop in the water and call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did pretty good. I upscaled it to a really large. You know the under bed totes, the real squat long ones.
Yeah.
I took one of those. Yeah. I didn't darken it though, and it gets algae about the same time I get roots. So it's I gotta take that one out, scuff it up and spray paint it. I think, and that'll be fine. But
I keep my pots.
Clear ones don't work so well. The algae forms.
Let's my finger out. All right, I gotta hop off, Rick. Thank you again for having me.
Absolutely, buddy.
Cold War zombies on Call of Duty.
Right on. Kill a zombie for me.
Have a good night.
Bye, buddy.
It's game time.
Bye, Crimson. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Okay. Did I? Goddess. I was trying to say.
I'm out of here.
Shoot. Hey, great to see you, Loyalty. How are you doing, buddy? That was. Thanks so much for taking us on the tour of the expo in Vegas. There, that was really neat. We still want to put together a video of all the glass works and all that stuff that you were looking at there.
Yeah, I talked to Ty about it and let him know that we're gonna get it all together.
Yeah, there was some pretty cool stuff there. What was some of the stuff that you were impressed with?
Actually, one of my favorite ones was one of the immersive pieces. One of the guys there had set up one of those walk-in tents. And you walked in, it was all had the black lights and everything was all, the piece was displayed, and it was a whole it was like an experience you got to walk into, and that one was really cool. The other one was when this guy used a what's the word? A Tesla coil. And that was actually triggering the different gases inside the glass piece with all the different colors, and it was just spitting out all different types of friggin' different color, waves and stuff. That one was really, really badass. I've never seen anything like that before.
Oh my God! Wow, that's cool. So who ended up winning?
It was this one piece. It had I forgot the name of it, but it was the one that had the tiger, and he was holding the earth in one hand, and it was holding another object in another. That was one that won overall. I guess there was a overall, there was the judges score, and then there was a People's Choice Awards. So there was 10 people won, or there was the top 10, and then there was the People's Choice Awards. So there was a bunch of different awards in there.
Yeah. And it was a $10,000 first prize.
Yes.
That's incredible. And all of this glass blowing took place on the site, or was this stuff that they brought? Okay, so they made it. They actually created it right there. Yeah.
They're allowed a certain amount of hours of prep work, but it's for only certain pieces, and I guess it's very structured. But there's one guy, he spent about 30 some odd hours in those 3.5 days of just blowing the glass and making it there.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's dedication, that's for sure. People probably came from all over far away.
Yeah, the Champs Expo, they travel to a few other cities here in the States, but there's 2 of them here in Vegas every year, and they're always the busiest, jam-packed. It's the whole week. There's stuff going on during the day of the expo, and then after hours, and there's events and shows, and it's just a whole week long.
Right on. And it's been going on for a while now, that expo.
21 years, I think it is now.
Yeah.
20 years or 21 years. It's the longest running trade show, within, this type of, the industry.
Right. Yeah. And you were involved with it more a while ago.
Yeah, so several years ago, I was given an opportunity from a friend of mine. She worked for this one company called Sensi Magazine, and they had it's a publication, and she needed some help working the booth there. And I've done a bunch of other events of working booths, and it was, it's right up my alley. So I went in, gave them a hand, and then came back, did it again. They wanted me to come back, and after like 3 or 4 times, then like things started to shift, and then like the Cincy magazine started going in a different direction, and then like I kind of morphed in from being working the booths there to being an attendee there, and I had already known people within the industry of the different companies for several years prior to that, so it was like I got to run into people and reconnect with people I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So it was really, really, really cool. It's like a big family reunion,
Right
pretty
on.
much.
Excellent. Right on. When you were talking about the limited time to do their work, it reminded me of years ago in White Rock, BC. We used to have the sandcastle competitions, and people would come from all over the world. I forget the prize money, but it was big prize money. But they would come from all over the place and create some incredible structures out of sand. But they only had like the tide goes out in the morning and it comes back in the afternoon. That's the time you've got. And it used to draw up to 150,000 people.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I remember when I lived in California, they'd have some of those events and going to check it out, especially by Venice Beach and out there by the boardwalks and all that. There'd always be these competitions, and you just wonder, how they can get them, one so intricate, but then yet so big. Because some of them are like, 5, 6, 7 feet tall.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, how did you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get that moment where the waves are just getting there, and every time they lap at it, you're like, and then
eventually,
there it is.
Bye.
That's one thing I like it with my kids is going to the beach and making the sand castles, because you get right into it, then you can run through them and wreck them or whatever, or decorate them up with shells and stuff. They love it, right? So.
Yeah. Now you don't have a tide on the Great Lakes.
No,
it's a lake.
There is what you'll get mostly is like a big wind shift. So say for instance, in the morning, wind's going north. You're on a beach standing facing north. Water will be out a little bit, getting pushed away by the wind. Midday or something, some reason everything shifts. Now you're getting south wind. That beach may get about a 3-foot difference or something. But
okay.
In the winter, you'll notice it big time when the ice is forming and breaking, because it floats and moves around, and then so you can get you'll have an empty bay one day, and then you'll look at it after dinner and it's full of ice. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
You're sitting in the spring wondering when the ice is going to be gone. You look at the lake again and there's fucking no ice. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the lake that I live by, Canham Lake, is 22 miles long, and it runs east and west, more or less. And I have friends that have a cabin on the east end, and they've shown me pictures like in the springtime. All the ice is being pushed by the wind, I guess, being pushed eastward, and the ice is maybe 3 feet thick, and it comes up onto the shore and goes straight up about 10 feet in the air, and it's all like this greenish blue color. It's really
Mother Nature will freak you out, if you let her, if you pay attention. Up here we have a spot called Giant's Tomb. It's an island just off mainland here, and the way I don't know how it works, but the way the wind and the waves and everything, they get ice caves on the back side of the island. So it's a snowmobile destination for most of us. we get back there and there's like you were saying, big ripples and pushes and heaves of ice, and it's really neat.
Yeah,
my snowmobile's got a blown motor at the moment, so I'm not going anywhere fast. But
it's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went on a little nature walk a few weeks ago, and there's like where I live, it's like known for this bridge that crosses over the river. And so I went for a tour down there to check it out. And same thing, like the water runs off the land, and there were like icicles that were like gigantic. Like it looked like they were like 10 feet long. It was crazy. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
I'll try to get a picture before it gets too warm. I didn't bring my camera.
You're supposed to bring your camera when you go on nature walks.
I know, and really, like, I was by myself, so I should have had my phone in case I got lost or something happened, but I did not.
Shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
always have your phone with you because you never know. One time we were out on a hike and I was talking about this just the other day. And we came up right around this up over this ridge, right on the corner, and there's just this herd of bighorn sheep. And we were up in like the Red Rock. It's a protected area, and we just came up on them, and like two of them just looked at us like, "What the fuck?" Because there was like 12 or 13 of us that were hiking, so there was a big group, and we thought that they felt threatened because a couple of them kind of turned around, and we slowly backed out. But I recorded like a lot of that. It was a pretty cool experience. But like, thank God we didn't get confronted, because if push came to shove, we would have got our asses kicked.
Yeah, for sure.
I miss that about living in the Rockies. Is every once in a while on a hike, you get to see some pretty cool wildlife. Like around here, we got deer and fox and all that shit. But Kananaskis and Canmore, Banff area where I lived was really, really nice for that. I don't know what the type of sheep were. They weren't bighorn sheep, but Dulce sheep. Is that a sheep?
The whole sheep would be more, I think, up in Alaska.
Oh, yeah, there was this tiny little sheep in the mountains. Who knows what they were, but cool to see anyways.
Damn it, everybody. Thanks so much for dropping by at such short notice. You know what, though? I always am curious what's going on in our grows. Right now, up in my tent here, I got nothing happening, but I got to start working on that little project next, putting together my autopot system and pick out. Really excited about picking out four seeds and get that thing going. Probably within the next couple of weeks. I'm not in a big hurry, but anxious to get that going. And then in my room, I've got Lemon Jeffrey and Orange Gasm this time. So, and they're, I think they're in about week 3 of veg. The pots that I put them into, I would suggest they're probably 5 or 6 gallon pots, but I only filled them up to about the 3 gallon level. The problem I was having was my domes that go over it were they were the wrong size, and the water was squirting out the sides. So I got Buddy to cut them, to custom fit them to drop right in, and everything so far, touch wood, is really working out well. Yeah. So I think I transplanted from 1 gallon into these barely like 4 days ago. And already I can see the root tips coming out the side. So everything's going good there. What about everybody else? What's going on in your grows? Who wants to go first?
I'm about to actually chop mine here in the next week, so I'm excited about that.
I bet.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I haven't seen.
It's any day now. I just want to let them go till the last possible second. So I'm going to drop the temp for the next couple days, week tops, and then take them down.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's all blueberry that's in there?
No, they're all different. That's why I can wait, because like I have to watch them. They're all going to be done within a week of each other. So some of them are like, 60-day, but then the one I have is a 73, I believe. And I don't go on the days anyway. I go on what I see. So I'm just going by eye. So I think what'll happen is it'll be, I take one, then I can take the next one like 2 days later, next one 2 days later, next one 2 days later.
That'll be
Hopefully.
nice.
Yeah, I hope so.
Getting some compliments
Has
from
been
Dave
killing
there.
Aw, thanks, Dave. It does look fucking fire, man. It's beautiful. I got a really good pic today. I just haven't posted it yet. But it was of the blueberry. It wasn't of the wedding cake. It was like a really close up of the trichomes. It looked pretty cool.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Kingfisher? What do you got going on in the grow today these days?
I just flipped on last Saturday. Right now I've got, I think about right around, I don't know, it's about 18 or something. I still got some males to pick out, I think. This is started a bunch of seeds right at the beginning of the year, and finally got them up to where I felt like I could get a good cut off of each one of them and flip those things. So I've got some So Fucking Gassy from 2020 Mendocino, Raspberry Gurus from Swamp Boy Seeds, some Juice Box from who is that? Loud Canagenics, and Family Tree Seeds, his sports bra.
Oh,
That's his Pam Anderson crossed with Munson from Old Dominion. So Duke Diamond's one of his crosses. I think that's one of his skunks crossed to Northern Lights, I think.
I've heard a lot of good things about that Munson too.
Yeah.
Rascal Farmer runs that, I think, still.
It sounded like an interesting cross, and I was interested in the whole Pam being genetics that's not really associated with anything that's out there. So
Right.
it's those actually were the strangest plants out of all of my beans that I popped. I had a couple that came up that didn't want to pop their helmets off. I had two of them that just never, like once they came up, they just never got going. They just stalled at. I had one that finally kind of got going, and it's a runt still. It's still only like 6 inches tall. Everything else is, 14 to 18 inches tall. And so it's going. Everything's looking pretty happy right now. So
We love your beard loyalty.
Have you tried any of those strains before, Kingfisher?
Yeah, these are all new stuff. I'm trying to pretty much just looking to find something that maybe be a winner, and then be able to pass it around. And if someone wants it, let them have it. I don't care.
Right on.
Kind of how I look at it. I'm out there to find some good weed to smoke. That's that I don't have to go and pay someone for.
Here. Yeah.
I don't really feel like. I mean, I'd rather the homegrown is going to be better than anything that I'm going to be able to find on the black market. So, because all the stuff in black markets coming is the stuff that no one wanted when in California, and it's getting shipped across the country, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, it's probably not hard to come up with something better than black market these days. That's for sure. So, do you do much in the way of outdoors?
No.
No.
I did guerrilla grow way back in the day, but yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And half of
Loyalty,
that crop got stolen. So
yeah.
no more on that.
What's going on in your garden, Spartan?
Well, we're actually today. I'm a little starting to catch up to me right now, but today at work it was a harvest day. So we harvested out. It was a donkey butter. Trying to think of these McFlurry. There was another one. I don't remember the third one. Oh, white truffle. White truffle.
Ooh.
And it was a really good. I mean, that was a really good room. Really, really stoked for that one. So can't wait for the results to come back on that room. At home, we let me see. I'm just starting to fill my flower room. I've got a sour diesel plant in there. New York sour diesel. I'm stoked on.
Nice.
I got it from a buddy, TJ, and he sourced it from New York. Well, we'll just say the right sounding names. So, and then he actually, when he gave me the cut, he gave me some flour because he grew it. And when I smoked it, I really enjoyed it. So I'm stoked for that.
What's the flower time on that thing? Did you say?
So he took the one that I smoked 9 weeks, and he said he felt like that was too early. So he's going 70 days. He's targeting 70 days on this next run. That's my target, but I don't care. I'll leave it in there for as long as it needs.
That's like I allotted 70 days. I mean, some of them are probably going to be done before then, but that's kind of where I was at.
Yeah, 70 days is a good number. The only thing I've ever grown really consistently past 70 days is GMO. That one will go 77, but I haven't really found one that I've come across. I haven't grown a lot of shit. I'm not saying I grew everything. I never will. But yeah, I've never really had one. I haven't grown any real big sativas that grow past 70 or go past 70, really. Not the hybrids we've been seeing lately, or I've been seeing.
And then Ty, you got some cool stuff happening too, don't you?
I have a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah, you do.
I'm on a frenzy. I just put a week ago 3 of the space dust moms that I've had for a while into flower. Because I've had them for a while. It's just time I got to free up some space. So I took some cuts off of that. I have a site that's also 1 week into flower. That's from Mountain Organics. Then I have, kind of go in order so I don't miss anything. Then I just earlier transplanted some Wookiee unicorn. Those are about to put the flower. That's from Cannon Queen Genetics. Then those are on day 47 right now, I think it is. Then I have I'm testing some of Kazoo stuff. His black and mango sassafras. Those are on today, week 3. Then I have testing the Trinity times triangle times schizo times mango smile, I think it is.
Ooh. That sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's feminized. I don't think they have names or whatever. That's just what was on the package. And then Johnny Caniseed has his DOA, which from what I've put together, it's not the same project it's the same. I don't know. It's like what Eagle and Smiley's working on, but this is from Johnny. Has some seeds that was from DOA. So
okay.
Johnny gave me some of those about a couple weeks ago. Those were on week 3 today, and then the 22nd yesterday, I popped some of Miranda Family Farms Meat Wagon, and he had also sent me some of the sweet tea from Subcool. So those
Very
just
cool.
seed soaked. So I have all that going on right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I knew you had a lot going on.
Wait, I'm missing something.
That sweet tea is supposed to be a really good one, man.
Which one?
that sweet tea. Subcool before he passed used to go on and on and on about how that was his new favorite.
It was
So,
Yeah.
it was kind of ironic how that even happened because I think we were talking on one of the Eagles, Weed Nerd World, and I didn't know at the time, like when I first started growing, that I was gifted some seeds that were, they were sweet tea, and then it had Subcool on it, and I didn't really know anything about, what all that was, and over that year, I was gifted a bunch of stuff, and then there was this. It was who put it together? It was Santa Cruz Cannabis Company, I think it was. They put together a California fundraiser relief for all the fire victims, and
right.
I had a bunch of
I
stuff,
remember that.
and like I had a bunch of stuff in my tents, and I had all these seeds, and I'm like, am I ever going to grow these? And I didn't know what I have, and I just put a box together. I reached out to the guy, and I sent him off. I had also sent off stuff that I didn't know at the time, but I know now. I'm kicking myself. But I also had some NL5 Cross the Haze that I had sent out. Some Durban Thai high flying. It was a Durban Thai fighter crossed with Petrolia Head Stash from Super Sativa Seed Club, I think it was.
Damn.
There was a bunch of other stuff, and there was some seeds that I had, pollen checked when I had first started, my very first time ever growing. I'm like, well, let me make some seeds, and I did a bunch of that. And I just sent all that off, and then like that year, like about a year later, is when I found out more about like Subcool, and then I'm like, oh, I had something like that once before, and then I never thought about it. So I was telling that story, and then next thing I know, I was having a bad week, and then my mailman is all like, hey. And I'm like, open it up, and it's all like, there it is. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
So like, and that meant more to me than anything, because I like to grow things that have a meaning. I don't like to grow something that's just like, oh, I made this. Like anything that I pop has to have a meaning to me.
Yeah,
special, and it just makes it that much better because I've grown stuff. I don't want to mention the other breeder or the genetic company, but I've grown stuff that like other people like, but it's just not that special to me because I acquired it differently than everything else that I've grown. That's how it feels and how that hits me. And that's just my style. So
I know I got seeds that I wish I could fucking pop them all, damn plant counts. But for sure, the ones that are the most special, honestly, are the ones that were gifted to me from friends. You know what I mean? Things like Brandon Rust, who would give me something or whatever. Those mean more to me than me going and just picking a random breeder and buying seeds. Yep. So for sure, if you have a story behind it, those are the ones you pop. Those are the ones that obviously mean something. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's why the space that I have, that's special to me. NV Closet Med Grower. For some of you guys, you probably know who he is. But
he's a great guy.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of getting to actually work with him for about a little over a year out here when he lived out here in Vegas. And it was funny because I met him and I had no idea who he was, his background. So we met at work and I just had I thought he was a plant from corporate the first day because there was some stuff going on. And I'm like, who's this guy? And he's all like, you don't know who NV is? I'm all like, no, but who is this guy? Like, I had a lot of trust issues at that place.
Yeah.
Well, once our coworker Tim, he smartened me up. I'm like, oh, all right, this guy's fucking cool. And then we clicked. We had a great routine. Like I would get any like new grower, and then like once it was out of like my range of knowledge, they went right to NV, and then I would just listen because my head would just spin at the knowledge.
Yeah. And like he does that to me, man. He goes in depth, man, like to the scientific degree. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then there was one particular day that I knew that like he was gonna be family for life. Was I was out working. I had a call about someone very close to my family that had some suicidal thoughts, and I was stuck. I could not even leave that place I wanted to at the time, and I was in the back room, like I lost it. And he came back there and like we talked for a while. Like they probably shut the store down for all that I knew. And I just knew that after that talk, like we got closer, and then he turned me on to that Beyond Dreams and the Space Dust, and then like I got a chance to go to the One
I got
Cup,
a cup of one of those.
and it was just, and when he gifted me those seeds, I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna try and keep this going, like so when I pass on, like I want to just keep that going, like
Oh yeah.
he's an awesome dude, like yeah, I can never stop talking good things about Envy, and yeah, so it was kind of crazy that when I started meeting everybody from here and Eagle and Future Cannabis Project, and it's like so many people that know NV, it's like it's cool to hear other people's stories, because I'm like, yeah, that's him. Like it's just awesome. It's a small world.
Yeah, I consider him pretty OG in the YouTube weed game. I mean, he was doing his own thing before the Grow 2 Roundtable, and then he was on the Grow 2 Roundtable for a while, and then a bunch of other shows. And he's kind of paraded around, and fucking, it's like I watch him as much as possible, because it's like, just like you said, it's like it's like sitting there watching. You might as well take a class. You might as well be having a professor giving you a lecture, because he's got that knowledge.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I can go on and on and on and on with NV, but yeah, but no, he had gifted me. At first, he did gift me some Beyond Dreams, and I ended up having, that was the one and only time I had to friggin' tear down my friggin' like grow and everything, was because I thought I had a friggin' couple plants that I didn't know if any pollen got anywhere, and I just had to take everything down, and it sucked. So that, but I had Beyond Dreams going, but the Space Dust is like, yeah, I popped a pack, and I found 3 that I liked, 3 that all my other friends liked, and I've tried to narrow them down every which way, beat them up, friggin' starve them, like, and just cannot narrow it down. And I mean, it's cool, but it gets frustrating because, space. So
yeah.
But that's what I have all growing up. I still have the lights on in the veg if anybody wanted to take a look. I don't know how long your show's going for, and I don't want to like take over, but if anyone wanted to look, I got everything but the stuff in flower.
Yeah, no, please go right ahead. We're going to go to the top of the hour, but yeah, that'd be fantastic. That'd be cool.
All right, you want me to do it now, or you want to go on to see what everyone else is growing?
Where are we? Where did we leave off? We
eBay,
got G-Bay. G-Bay, you can tell us, besides the begonias, or besides Uncle Rick's begonias, what else is going on over there, buddy?
Wow.
I've got, I guess I can tilt my, you see that bright light going on behind me? It's not really picking much up, but I got 3, 6, 9, 12, 20 some odd starts over there. That's going to be the summer outdoor garden. A lot of regulars, so there's going to be a lot of weeding out the males. I'm going to try to get them in these cups to at least a note or two, and maybe see if anything happens sexing wise. If not, I'm going to up pot them once and sex them and get rid of what I need to get rid of, and take it to the next step of weeding it down to what's going to stay in the garden. And then in this, let me unplug here for a sec. In this 4x4 here, I have some seeds I made with both autoflower parents, but I'm getting these ones that are in this tent. They were at day 46, and they still hadn't shown any signs of flowering. They pre-flowered. They were all female, but they weren't setting bud at all. So I lowered the light to 14 hours. So we're day 2 or 3 of 14 hours of light to maybe see if that's going to shift them into flower. If that doesn't, I'll ultimately go down to 12. But I wanted to have some fast finishing plants, so we still have a chance to see if those will happen. And then over in the 4x8 is where we have the Scarlet Begonia Caribou Crew seed run. And those ones, we've got a couple already. Like those, that Irie Genetics, man, vigorous. Out of everything I've been popping, because like I said, I got 20 or so in the background here. The roots are the strongest, basically, I'm going to say, with those all the way through. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with those. I haven't ran any Irie before. So
That brings me back to a question, Spartan. I was of the impression that, well, recently you used to, at work, you used to just do monocrops in each one of your rooms, but you said you did 3 different strains this time, and I was
Yeah,
wondering.
we're doing 1 strain per table now. We have 3 tables in a room, so 1 strain per table. We water each table separately anyway, one at a time.
Okay, then you answered my question, because I was thinking that they would take water differently.
Yep, we got that figured out. We got them all on one table, and then each table gets watered on its own watering schedule or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I just because it just suddenly came to me that I've got 2 different strains, but I've only have 1 watering system, so I'm hoping that
Yeah.
into trouble there.
Well, why we had to change is because we were doing too well. We were producing so much that it was hard to get rid of the same thing.
Okay.
Like, each shop only wants so much of the same flower. They want to have options.
Yeah.
So we're starting to have per harvest having 3 strains instead of 1 now, and it makes the flower move way faster.
Yeah. And you would obviously you would try to match up strains that finish off at the same time, so you can still clean out a room all at once.
Right. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. We would just leave the room. If it finished early, you just harvest that one and leave the other 2 strains, and then harvest the next one when it's ready, and then harvest the final room, and then clean the entire room and reset.
Yeah. Okay, Loyalty, what do we got here? Looks great.
All right. Well, first of all, can you hear me? I had to put my headset in.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. These are the just transplanted, so they're going to look a little funky. The Wookiee Unicorn from Ken and Queen Genetics. It just went in from 2 gallons into 5 gallons about, 4 or 5 hours ago.
Oh, was it 4 or 5?
Between 4 to 5 hours ago. Somewhere around there. I'm looking at the time right now, and it was earlier this afternoon.
I'll take you off the hook. Okay.
He's fucking with you.
Well, I was concentrating on making sure that I'm not just like having the camera on just like a leaf like this.
No, you're doing a super
I'm listening
job.
And doing all that good shit. So
you're doing a super job. You know that you are our resident reporter for Las Vegas. Whatever shit goes on in Vegas, we're gonna have our man at the scene.
So I'm gonna be like the TMZ cameraman for you guys, and but for Vegas. I'll just start running up to all the dispensaries, asking them why they're selling the crap that they're selling.
Absolutely. Tell them Green Goddess sent you.
Loyalty Organics reporting for Bud.
And these here will be getting flipped in a couple days. Oh. And then here are the cuts that I took off of those, just so I've got something, so that way I just took only 2 cuts of each, just from the lowers. And then over here is some cuts in this corner here is the Psych from Mountain Organic Mob seeds, sorry. Yeah. I just took those, and then these here are the cuts of the space dust that should be rooting here pretty soon.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of lighting have you got, and how far away are they from the domes there?
Right here, we're looking about probably about 18, about 20 inches from here. Oh, I'm running HLG 600 R spec.
Yeah.
Right now it's at number 4 on the 4 notch, and right now, well, just because I threw these up in here about 15 minutes before you went live, because that's when I was doing the transplanting. And right now it's about 2 feet, I'd say, from canopy to the light. The plants were about 18 and a half to 19 inches from the soil to the top there, from when I measured it earlier today.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to make sure that because since I'm testing stuff and I don't know what testers should document. I'm documenting like every little thing. So like here in a few days I'll see how much of a stretch I'm getting and all those notes and stuff. Just too much stuff, too many notes, too much information. I think is a good thing. And then over here, oh, these were some cuts here that I just put in the cups of some space dust that I'm gonna do a little sea of green on.
Oh yeah.
And then here's the black black and mango astaphras from Kazoo. This will be these nine
seedlings.
Yeah, they're 21 days old from the seed soak today. Nice. And these are the 9 out of 10 that popped on those. These 5 right here are the DOA from Johnny Caniseed. And then these here are the triangle times Trinity times Mango Smile times Schizo from Kazoo.
Nice. Kazoo, yeah.
And those both of Kazoo's 9 out of the 10 seeds popped.
Nice. I just want to say your room's really clean, man. That's really nice.
Actually, you know what? To be honest with you guys, since you guys are all family, it's a mess. I haven't vacuumed yet. I haven't vacuumed yet. It's a mess.
In your grow room, bro, and that is fucking clean.
I think this is a mess right now. And then over here in the corner here, this is the auto flower that I've neglected because it was getting deficiencies, and I was just like, ugh. So it's been over here in the corner, redheaded stepchild. I was told it was. I wasn't even going to show you guys, but what? I don't care. I was told this was a sour diesel auto, and this thing, you can't really tell, but this thing is so purple. This looks nothing like a sour diesel auto. I mean, it's pretty good size for auto. This is a 5-gallon grassroots. So it's the only plant that's doing horrible in my garden.
Does it have much smell?
Let's see here. No, not really.
Just about done though, eh?
Actually, no. Probably about another couple.
He's got ways to go yet.
And I think today's day 98 since it broke soil.
Really?
It was a late bloomer. But yeah, right now these are just under the my old HPS hood that I converted to ceramic metal halide. Another one that we were talking about, Uncle Rick.
Oh yeah.
Show. The one that I can just put my hand up here, and I don't have the. This one here in this spot here, I don't have any ventilation right now. I don't really need it because I have this fan that's right above here, and I get a nice little breeze. But these are in here because I was doing the transplant, and I like to mix up the lighting. I like to have them under.
Okay, that fan, I have never seen a fan like that before. What the hell?
Like that?
Oh yeah, it goes both ways.
That
like me.
is fucking cool, man.
Just like,
I bet Uncle Rick likes that one.
No, that's super cool.
Did I just say that?
Oh, yeah.
You bet your ass you did.
Can we edit that?
It smells of suffering.
I was gonna say,
Uncle
and I
Rick,
was totally gonna
wondering
say that.
If I could tell you about the Bible.
Right. I know when you said earlier, where's your mommy? I was like, are you sure you don't mean who's your daddy?
Uncle Touchy, I know.
Oh my God. We should really not be saying this on a live video.
Actually, Loyalty, I'm glad that you are taking us back through this area because our fucking cameraman had you on the small screen all that time when you were showing us your. So if you don't mind, could you take us back through your show again? You can do
All
it a little
right.
bit quicker, but
All right, we'll go. All right, we'll go right back here. These are the black and mango or the black mango astapras or the black and mango. The way that was written, I'm not quite sure if it was black and mango or black and mango. So I actually have to ask Kazoo that. And that's some of these back 9 right here, and they're looking. I mean, I have to be honest, like they are looking really, really good. I do have. They're in Build a Soil light recipe. Let me see. Let me get this into a better light. This one here, I haven't really noticed this type of.
can you
kind of
turn
hard
it
to
a
see.
bit? Turn it a bit. On its side, like so we can see the internodal spacing.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Looks
A
good.
little bit of lighting in between the veins, it looks like. Is it getting yellow in between your veins?
No, the veins look. Let me see. Let me go back to this other lighting. It was a little bit better under the LED. Actually, you know what? Let me turn this down a tiny bit. There we go.
Look good.
That might be a little bit better. It's the only one that has anything that. It's the only plant or the only one out of all of kazoos that has any type of
Deformity.
like. I want to say deformity, but it's not blotchy. I'll have to take a real close picture, but like the insides. Yeah, see, that's the thing that gets me is she's praying. I mean, I'm still letting them go. I'm not going to give it anything because it's only 3 weeks old, but that's the only one out of all of them. I mean, they might look a little bit dirty because they were transplanted about 3-4 days ago into these, but these here are the triangle cross to the Trinity, cross to Mango Smile, cross to the Schizo, I believe. I think Chad's in the room. He might be able to correct me if I'm wrong. I saw that he corrected me on the
Actually, he is in the house, and I was gonna say he's supposed to be working. Instead, he's too busy chatting. Okay, I'm just saying.
Busted.
No, but they're looking all nice. I'm excited. I totally forgot too that these here are feminized. So when I go take cuts, I'm gonna have a whole lot of free. Well, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. And these here are the DOA from Johnny Caniseed.
Nice. Nice. Wow. Yeah, you look happy.
And did you have this one here? The plant that I just threw in the corner on the small. I mean, I don't mind.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, this is the redheaded stepchild. And then over here is where I have the Wookiee unicorn. Turn the lights back up.
Yeah, looking good.
I see you got the humidifier running. What are you shooting for humidity in your room? Much as possible, I guess. Yeah,
right now it's like the drier time of the year here. And we even got rain today, and the humidity was still like at 34%. So I just have this just cranked on. And for the most part, these are praying. I have pictures from earlier before they got transplanted. But I always like to give a really good watering after a transplant. But this time I only gave about a little over half of what I would normally do. Because when I transplanted the soil, I put it in the Build a Soil light recipe. It was still a little moist. It wasn't like totally wet. So I only watered about halfway through. But the plants seem like they're telling me that half the amount that I gave was still a little too much. So I got the fan going, lights turned up, and it's the humidity is just so dry. It should be fine by tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm not super worried about it. Plus, they're going to be getting flips here in a couple of days. 4 of them are guaranteed, or not guaranteed. 4 of them, when I was checking them, they're females. There's one of them, I believe it's this one here. I believe is a male. No, this one. I believe this one here is a male. It was being a little stubborn, but another day or two, it should be showing.
Yeah.
And then these will be rocking. And then over here, this is what I didn't show, is I just popped Miranda Valley Farms' meat wagon, which now we can actually look and see. You guys can go to see it with me. If we've got all the seed, yep, all the seeds drop to the bottom.
Yep.
Cool.
Nice.
And then here is the sweet tea that he sent me.
Yep.
And
they're all at the bottom.
Yeah, there we go. I had to wait for my camera to focus. Yep. Cool. I'll be putting these into some cups. Nice.
Yep. Definitely.
And then the cuts. Because you had me on the small screen. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to jip anybody out on any content. So everyone that's here tonight and on the replay will be able to get, this is pretty much the live update. I pretty much post once a week on each plant, so I don't tear up everybody's feeds. And over here is from Mountain Organic, the site, and over here is the Space Dust.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So yeah, that will be, and that's pretty much right now. I don't really need my fan because it's not even really hot up here to do anything. But my ventilation is, I think I like it. I have it going straight out here to my back door, and then this here is one of those doggy doors. And I took the doggy door flap out, measured it all out, got some wood, and then I have an intake and an outtake. It goes right out onto my balcony, and I want to go out and have a nice J or whatever, and I can also be able to get the aromas when this is my flower area because it's just been straight out. So it's a win-win-win.
For sure.
You can stand out there and it'll give you a little bit of heat when you're standing outside in the cold smoking. You can stand in front of it.
Right on my calves. It feels so great.
And Ty, there's just a question.
Sure.
They're just wondering what you're using for CO2, or if you are using CO2.
I'm in here. Let me back up a little bit without giving away too much of my friggin' dirty ass area. But I'm in a room. This is actually an entertainment room.
Okay.
This is like upstairs. So I even have another 2x4 tent here that I need to get going, and I have 2 other tents in my room, in my bedroom, that 5x5 and a 3x5. 5x5 has the psych and the Space Dust that are in flower, and the lights are off right now. Yeah. And then I have a 3x5 right next to that.
Do you have trouble keeping that cool in the summer?
No. We have solar here, and upstairs is usually between 73 and 75, maybe.
Oh, wow. Good. Nice.
And I tend to, it doesn't show right now, but I usually run more lights during the winter. But since I'm still in the middle, if any of you were around for when I was on the Let's Be Bud show, I was in the middle of doing that changeover and switchover, and you can see some of the stuff still in the exact same spot, like the light and the tray and all that. So it's still a work in progress because I got to figure out what's going to go where, because I have these going, and this is going to be pretty much my flower area here by the end of the week, because these will be getting flipped, and these will be here. over here is where I'm going to move the space this and the site, because those are like what, day 7 of flower. So this will turn into, you know, the my flower chamber for the next, you know, 8 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And then in here we'll get all switched out, and this will be the veg area. And then as things come out down here, I've got it timed out where we'll be moving as these get whittled down from, you know, males getting pulled out and all that, and we'll be ready to rock and pop more seeds.
Got a little factory going there. What is that other tent that you just showed us? What is that, about a 4x10?
This one here is a 8x4.
Yeah.
And this one over here is a 9x4.
Okay.
It's one of those ones that has that 1 foot extension, but I don't use that.
Yeah.
I was using it for, you know, I was using it for intake at the time, but now that it's too cold, this is just there for decoration. Excuse me. That was an unknown burp. So
that fan that you have on that above the filter there, it looks like it could be noisy.
Which one? Oh, this here?
The blue one.
Actually, no, it's not.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I can actually turn it on.
Huh.
Okay, I got. Let me see. Can you turn it on?
Oh yeah.
And then.
Oh wow. Yeah. Most of the ones I've seen like that are ridiculously loud.
Mine is ridiculously fucking loud, and it looks exactly like that.
This here. Oh wait. Oh wait. Shoot, it's upside down. Like this was production was made August 15th, 2013. Wow. And I mean, this was a gift to me. This was my very first fan. It was a gift to me from a customer at the grow shop, and this thing still runs like a champ.
They get noisy when the bearings go out.
Okay, that's probably my problem. I don't use them anymore. No.
And then
here, mine is just mine's just loud because it's brand new.
Yeah, no excuse.
Then you gotta get a little creative, and then I'm just here's the work in progress. I got a lot of crap to sort out and organize.
Oh, it never ends. Yeah. It never ends. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. That was great. And we're nearing the top of the hour. I want to thank everybody again on behalf of Goddess and myself. Thanks for dropping by, and great to see everybody in chat. Any last minute shout outs to anybody else on the panel? I'll highlight you in chat.
The Garden Club.
No shout outs, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me.
I said cheers.
Yeah, anybody. Yeah.
Club.
Very cool.
They know who they are.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that's always in the chats. I noticed like I'm like what they call a chat slut. I'm not loyal to anybody. I'm all over everybody. So I'm got my fingers in everyone's pie.
I hear you.
So I see a lot of the same names. It's cool. I like seeing everyone.
Yeah, no, chat is so cool. And sometimes I feel guilty sometimes because a lot of people say hi and then I don't have time, or I wave and I don't know. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Great to see everybody. Go ahead, Loyalty.
Oh no, I was just saying I do want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to you, Rick, and you, Green Goddess, for what you guys have started. It's really cool. It's a cool environment, and just want to thank you guys.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, and as long as we're having fun, we're gonna keep doing this. It's a shitload of fun.
Totally.
Sometimes, how it's fun just to be in chat, let alone being on the show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll give a little shout out. So I started a Discord channel that we've decided to bring together with Let's Be Buds. So if anybody would like to join, just let me know.
That's awesome. For sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Chad's got too many shutouts for me to repeat. Okay, so we'll just accept that.
Oh, Chad's making me hungry.
Right.
Oh shoot.
Oh yeah, shout out to chat. I'm sorry, I space it a lot. So like asking the question, and then it's like a minute later, I'm like, oh dang it, I didn't sit. You know. So,
Yeah, because honestly, like these shows, they wouldn't be what they are without the fucking chat. Like,
yes.
you know, we all play off each other. We all get to know each other. I love it. I think it's super cool. I've met some really fucking cool people through this community.
I wouldn't
Like,
be right here talking to everybody else here if it wasn't for me being in chat. And I was in chat like for a year, but not even talking to anybody before I even got involved. And that was like damn near 3 years ago. And then I'm now just getting in front of the camera. So yeah, if it wasn't for chat, like, yeah.
totally.
You know what I think is really cool about chat is, you know, you see chat over. Yeah, I mean, you see the same crew over at Michigan Bros Grow Show, and then a little while later, we're all over at some other show. Everybody, like, we're following here. It's really cool. It's really cool.
I need to check that show out. That's one show I haven't that I need to. And I'm saying that now because when I'm putting it out there, and then I need other people to make sure and ask me, hey, have you checked it out? Like, here's the link, because like I will forget. Like, I want to, but it's just like so much goes on. Like, I don't.
And I just gotta say too that I know for a fact I've shouted the same person out in the same show, and I just want to apologize, but I do the same thing. I flip from show to show, and I'm a stoner. I don't remember if it was that show or this show or whatever, so you'll have to forgive me on that.
The name looks familiar. The name looks familiar.
Yeah.
Hey,
was
listen.
that in this show?
Listen, it is the top of the hour, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. Hey, the weirdest thing has happened. My fucking screen is gone. I can't see anybody. I can't.
Totally weird.
Goddess, can you?
Rick
Yeah,
timed himself out.
I'm
completely surprised that happened to you, Rick.
Yeah,
No, well, it's scary, man. Okay, can you?
How in the world did this happen?
Can you see me?
Never would have guessed.
Can you see me?
I
Yes,
can see you.
Yes, I can
Kat.
see you.
You're good. Just
So I
look
love you
at-
all, and I'm gonna head out.
Okay,
Okay.
and yeah, and so Goddess, can you sign us off?
I can absolutely sign us off. Yes.
Okay,
everyone.
okay. Love everybody. Thanks for
having
dropping
me
by.
on.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Fuck the MCMA.
Cheers, Chad.
And
yes.
fuck the
Fuck
MCMA.
them.
Okay, so is everybody okay? Now I'll
I'll end it. Hold on, I haven't ended it yet.